that sucked. Are you with me? Okay, it's an inflation of these piano songs on YouTube. It's just a bunch of them. And like piano songs like this can suck. But what does it have with stocks to do? People are actually very worried about inflation when it comes to the economy, and that's going to affect the stock values. And people are selling off stocks because of that as well. They go all wild and like, oh, the price is falling, let's run away and don't buy these cheap stocks, go to high value stocks that they're probably gonna be more safe in. But now is the opportunity, I think. Like I wrote this, this video is called "Sell All Your Stock Because of Inflation." The thing is, I don't think that inflation is gonna happen for a couple of years, maybe, like a big inflation. Like people are so worried because 25% of all the printed money in US were printed last year in 2020, and they think it's obvious that it's gonna be a great inflation out of this, and the market's gonna crash. Like it was so much videos. So many videos, like just a few months ago, that the market could crash, like this March or April this year, and even like professionals were writing about it and were doing YouTube clips about that the market could crash right now, like this month or the previous month. But I don't think this is gonna happen. I think this is an overreaction. It's but also a healthy correction, like in the tech. In the tech stocks, for sure, because it's just running all too high, I guess, too early. But right now, I just buy as much as I can when it comes to tech stocks, while people are running away and going into, oh, look at the bonds, it's going up, let's go over there and get rich. 1.67% is a 10-year treasury rate right now. So it's not a lot. It's like if you earned a lot of money this past year in the stock market, of course, you maybe feel satisfied in some way and wants to put them in a more safe place, like in a bond market. So that would definitely be safe, but I think right now it's a huge time to get some big profit, ching ching, at the high growth stocks. If you want to look at what Katie Woods say, you should totally check her out. ARK Invest, they have some great suggestions, like where to invest when it comes to high growth stocks, and she is very often right about her placements, like her investments. Like she's been right before about Tesla. When she was a couple of years ago, when she was talking about Tesla, people were arguing about her and like, that's just bully, that's just rubbish what you're telling about, because she was so crazy bullish about Tesla, and right now it just went up hundreds and hundreds of percent, and she's still bullish. $3,000 price target for 2025, and I think that's reasonable, because Tesla is really scaling, and it's going to be a huge company when it comes to energy, and not only EV, and the technology is just going to be huge in a few years. So I think like even if the P ratio or PS ratio is really high, I think we're gonna get some. It's gonna pay off in the future, big time, I think. And it's still like Amazon, like you know about Amazon, that they had huge, like they have a really high number of PE and PS ratio a few years ago. And now it's all different, and Tesla is at the same stage as like Amazon was in like 2020 with their business. So I think it's a great opportunity right now. Like when it comes to green energy, the EV industry is as blooming. It's going to be huge for sure. It's here to stay. And also, if you're bold enough to go into the hydrogen business, and also when it comes to the vegan or vegan stocks, of course, like everything that is green is going to be huge in the future. So that's great investments to go into. Uh, so green energy and green food. When it comes to vegan food, vegan stocks, maybe you already know about Beyond Meat, the biggest one. The giant is like the Tesla of the vegan food in the vegan segment, and they just released a news about that they are going to manufacturing in China now. They are building a new building there to get on and manufacturing vegan food in China. So they are really stepping up and progressing fast now. And they have so many big partners right now still. So a lot of fundamentals are already there that are creating a lot of value. So I should really check out green energy. Tesla still. I think I really like Tesla. I have high conviction in Tesla and NIO, but of course Chinese stocks right now. It's a lot of tension between China and Europe, and also China and US, and that is going to affect the climate for the Chinese stocks on the US stock market for sure. So be a little bit more cautious there when it comes to the Chinese stocks. I still being invested in NIO like as before. I haven't really reacted on that, but of course it's like I go long term on that, so I see a high return on NIO, even though a lot of tensions here and there, and even though if it's gonna be filled in, or if NIO is gonna be on the Hong Kong stock market as well, or even Shanghai, I don't really care. I just think it's a good thing that they also will be at the Hong Kong and Shanghai stock market, and not only on the New York exchange. So I think that will work out anyhow. And I think that NIO will be up at to 70 to 110 maybe in a year, and Tesla above 1,000, I think, in a year. Um, I am very bullish. I think that's bullish, and I don't think that some people are saying that NIO can be up to hundreds and hundreds of dollars in just 1 year or 2 years. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think that NIO is a really they're progressing so fast. They had 15% increase in sales in the first quarter of 2021, and compared to this fourth quarter of 2020, and Tesla didn't have that much increase, just 2%, and but they're still growing a lot, both NIO and Tesla. So it's just bullish all the way. Like when it comes to EV segment, even though if the stocks are falling for like a period, it doesn't really matter because it's going up in over time, because the companies are progressing. They are selling more basically each month. They are selling more and more and more cars, and they're going to release more models, of course. Like right now, they have just a few ones, and they're living pretty well on that, and they are progressing a lot of that. Like NIO has their 5 seats, and also the 7 seats, and also the smaller one, and the sedan will be a big seller, I think. And by time when NIO is gonna be more efficient when it comes to prices, I also think that they could reach a bigger part of the market in China. So not only like the higher middle class afford to buy the NIO cars, and so that's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome to follow the progression of all the EV market. But as I said, I only invest in NIO and Tesla when it comes to EV stocks, because I think that's a safe choice because they really have their own thing, really disruptive innovation in NIO and Tesla. They have their own thing. NIO like basically stole Tesla's idea about the battery swap system of stations that Tesla at that time didn't really believe in, but NIO really took that in their hands and made it perfection. I think it's perfection. I think it's really good, and that's their own thing. And maybe they can get money out of that in the future if other EV companies are using their swap stations, especially in China. I think NIO should focus like on China, their own people there, because then they can build a lot of stations and it's going to be more sufficient. If they just starting to build station all around the world, maybe it's just like 2 of them in Italy and 3 of them in Germany, can be messy. You just put all of it in China, go wild there. And I think Tesla as well, but they have so much power, Tesla, so they can do whatever it feels right. Like right now, if they would want to, I think they could take over a big part of the market in China as well. But of course, because of the tension there, China and US, it's not that easy as well. So they have some resistant Tesla in China. So and that could be a big opportunity for NIO to take over even more in China. And I think that they have a lot of opportunity there. And they opened their new office like we knowing before in Norway, and Norway are selling more new EV cars than actually petrol cars or hybrid cars as well. So Norway is really already in the future when it comes to EV cars, and NIO are taking the step into that. They see that Norway is already there selling more EV cars than traditional cars, and that's where what they should do right now, and put focus on their own huge market in China, and also on this market where people are buying a lot of EV cars. And as you know, like the middle class in China, I think it will be bigger, or already are bigger than the whole North America and Europe combined. The middle class are bigger in China. So you see that actually NIO would just need China really as a market. But they are going to get to US. They are like to North America and Canada, US, and all the Europe in a few years. They're gonna be everywhere. And the market in India is also big. Like the population, you probably know that India has more than 1 billion inhabitants, and China has well over 1 billion. So yeah, so that it's a lot of things to do. But as you in China, I think they are actually selling 6 times more EV cars than North America right now. I have to look up those numbers so I say it correctly. But so they are really is a lot of potential when it comes to sales in China, or it's already there. The fundament is already there. They're already selling a lot. And like Tesla is in a country that is not selling in China. So NIO is right in that good cake of people that are buying EV cars, and that's because they have such a huge population. And yeah, vegan stocks as well. It's like Beyond Meat is just gonna go forward. They're creating value all the time, and expanding to other countries. And it's a lot of different. The Tattoo Chef is going to be huge as well. I think more than $1 billion dollars in market cap, I guess, and Beyond Meat is probably 8 billion or something. But they have a lot of more upside potential. I think that Beyond Meat could 10x in 5 years, or at least 10 years. And also Tattoo Chef, like the same, or even more, maybe upside potential when it comes to percentage. And that's what we look at when we invest the percentage. And you have a lot of other vegan stocks, penny stocks that have insanely potential, but also you have a lot to lose there. And when it comes to these corrections, I think you should. It's I'm not an advisor. I can't really say this is just entertainment. So I would only say that it's a good opportunity to get into the small penny stocks that are really diving right now, and they are really sensitive for this kind of corrections. So maybe take a look at the smaller ones. I have a few ones. I'm gonna take it up next time. And I hope you all have a good day. And I think Beyond Meat, I think they were up like 4%, 5% now pre-market. And also, I don't know if I can look at it at the same. Also, we have some other stocks that are up pre-market. Beyond Meat is well up. I think it's almost up to $140, so maybe 5.55%. Let's see, Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat, 137.8 up pre-market. And Tesla is barely down, so plus minus it's even 0.11% down, so $690, and I think that's fair. I think we could drop a little bit more, but if so, I would try to get some in the dip there. And NIO, as you know, is usually following the price of Tesla. It's falling slightly more, a bit more than 1% below yesterday's close in the pre-market. But the pre-market, you shouldn't care too much about the pre-market. It's a little bit of the taste, a taste of how it's gonna look like when it opened. But usually the volume is so low in the pre-market, like any stock. The volume. Don't stare blind on the pre-market and the aftermarket when it comes to the value there. It's just a little spice or taste of how it can look. Like if you go like if you look at NanoX, when they come with their news a few days ago, they went up from like $40 to $70 and like 70% raise in the pre-market, and then it just fell down like all the way, like right at the opening, and now they're like at $43. So it's just 5-10% up, 5% up maybe, instead of 70 like it was in the pre-market. So don't let the pre-market rule how you're gonna invest like right at the opening, because this can be tempted to see when it's going down and like, I have to sell, or when it goes up I have to buy. Many people are doing that, buying high, selling low, getting scared there, and try to just take the opportunity to maybe buy it when it goes down a little bit cheaper. And as you look at how it moves, you can get a sense of maybe about how low it can get for the short term. But for the long term, I think it's a safe value for me to get into Tesla and also Beyond Meat and many other great stocks that are doing disruptive innovation, are moving this green era forward. Okay. Have a really nice day. God eftermiddag. Ha bra. And don't forget to smash that like button. And also follow.